Mandee Palmer with the Bellingham Public Library in Bellingham, Washington. Welcome back to another virtual preschool story time, a story time from my home to yours. For today's preschool story time, instead of reading you stories from books, I'm going to be drawing a personal narrative. Personal means it's about me. Narrative means it's a story, so I'll be drawing a story about me. First, let's start with our name song. You're invited to clap and sing along with me. I'm so glad you're here today, here today, here today. I'm so glad you're here today. Who are you? Welcome! Thank you for watching today. I'm Mandee. I have my whiteboard and markers because today I'm going to draw my story. Here is my story poster. Before I start, my story poster helps guide me on what do I do when I draw my story. This most important question is, what's the story you're going to tell today? I already thought about my story. I made my plan so that I'm ready to draw. My story poster has pictures and questions to help me remember the parts of a story, like who was there, who are the people and characters in the story, or where did it happen? What was the setting or the place where the story happened? My story poster also has pictures to help me remind me that I need to include what happened, what was the action or event in the story. I can also include things like what were the feelings and emotions in the story. If anybody says anything, we can draw a speech bubble to show people talking. And when I'm all done, I'll write the words of the most important part of what happened below my line, below my picture. I'll put my story poster away for now. Are you ready for a personal narrative story? Let's do the ready test. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, nod your heads. If you're ready for a story, nod your heads. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, nod your heads. If you're ready for a story, sit very still. If you're ready for a story, sit very still. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, sit very still. Okay, you're ready and I'm ready. After you have a turn watching me, and I have my turn as the author drawing and writing my story, when you're all done watching this video, you could draw your own stories if you want to. There are so many different ways to tell stories. Here's the line I put at the bottom. Above the line is where I draw the picture that tells the story. As I draw, you are invited to make predictions or guesses about what I'm drawing, or make observations like what colors and shapes I'm using. I'm going to use my brown marker to start, and I'm going to draw what shape did I draw? A triangle. And I'm going to use that triangle to be the roof of a house. This is my house. Here's the front door. Now, I'm going to draw the characters and the people in the story outside the house because we were out in the yard. So over here, I'll start by drawing me. What shape should I use to draw my head? Probably a round shape, like a circle or an oval for my head. Right here. There's my head. Now I need to draw my body. I used an oval shape to draw my body. And I'll draw now legs, 2 legs. 1 2. And also, how many arms? 1, 2. Next, I'm going to draw my face. I need to add some details to make it look like me. How many eyes do I have? 1, 2. And I'll get my green marker. My eyes are more of a green color. And do 1, 2 eyes. 1 nose, 1. And a smile mouth. I think I'm still missing a few things. Maybe hair. What color hair do I have? Okay, I'll get my brown marker and draw my hair. It's a dark brown. Now I'm going to add some more details to show you what I was wearing, what kind of clothes I have, to give you clues a little bit about the setting. So on this day, outside of my house, out in the yard, I was wearing mittens, 1 on each hand, big red mittens. Why do you wear mittens? To keep your hands warm? And also, I was wearing a warm hat. So now you can see I am wearing a hat and mittens. Do you think it was a hot summer day or a cold winter day? You're right, this story was happening on a cold winter day a couple of years ago, 2 years ago in the winter. Now I have drawn me. It's time for me to label. That means I'm going to write the word. I'm going to write me. Any ideas what letters I would use to write me? It starts with M. The next letter is saying its name, E. Me. So there is me outside my house in the yard on a cold winter day. Now, there is another character in this story, someone else who lives in my house, a smaller person. I'll draw her down here. A circle for her head, an oval for her body. Also 1, 2 legs, 1, 2 arms. And I forgot to draw feet for me. 1, 2 feet, and 1, 2 feet for this little person. Any guesses who this might be? If you know me, you might know that I have a daughter named Sadie. This is Sadie. I need to add some details to make it look like her. She has more of a blue color eye. So I'll get my blue marker to draw her eyes. And 1 nose, 1 smile mouth. And she also has brown hair like me. And Sadie was also dressed warmly for the cold weather. And she was wearing mittens, and a hat also. To stay warm on the cold winter's day. Now I'm ready to label. I'm going to write Sadie's name. Sadie starts with this sound, S, S. Did anyone say that is letter S? S for Sadie. And she spells her name S-A-Y-D-E-E. Sadie. So now you can look at my picture and you can already tell a little bit about my story. That my setting is in my yard, outside my house, on a cold day, bundled up. And the characters are me and Sadie. Now I'm going to draw what happened in this story. What do you think I'm drawing? That's right, it was snowing that day. It was a cold winter's day and there were snowflakes falling from the sky. Now, what color is snow? Snow is actually white, isn't it? You're right. But since my board is white, I had to choose a different color to represent snow. So I chose my blue marker. And the way I like to make a snowflake is to first draw an X and then put a line straight down and a line straight across. And to me, that looks like a little snowflake. So I'm drawing some little snowflakes in my picture so you can see that it was snowing. There was also already some snow on the ground. So Sadie and I thought that it would be fun to take some of that snow and pack it into a ball and roll it up and roll it up and roll it up some more until we had a big snowball. Any guesses what we were making? That's right, we wanted to make a snowman. So to start, we had to make one really big snowball, rolling up all that snow on the ground. To add to our snowman, we did it again, rolled up the snow, but this time not quite as big. We put a smaller snowball on top of our bigger snowball on the bottom. Do you think we were all done? No, we did it one more time. We rolled up some snow, but not as much, and put it right on top. And that made our snowman's head. After we rolled up our 3 balls of snow, going from biggest to smallest, we needed to add some things to make it look like a snowman. Do you know what we did? We looked around in our yard to see what we had that we could use to add to our snowman. And we looked on the ground and we found some brown sticks. And we stuck those right in the middle of the snowman to give our snowman some sticks for arms. So now our snowman had arms. But our snowman still doesn't have a face. Do you know what we did in this story to give him a face? We looked around on the ground again and we found some pine cones. So we stuck the pine cones in for eyes. We also used a pine cone for our snowman's nose. And then we found another stick, a small stick, and we added that to make our snowman's mouth. Do you like our snowman? Have any of you ever made a snowman before? It is a lot of fun to do on a cold winter day when you have just the right kind of snow. So that was about 2 years ago. So Sadie was about 3 years old because she's 5 years old now. But I like to remember that day, and I can draw a picture that tells the story of that day. And now I'm ready to write the most important part, the words of what happened in my story. And I will choose to say that by using these words. We made What did we make? A snowman. That's right. We made a snowman. We made a snowman. Thank you for being a great audience for my story. I have a very silly song about a snowman, and I'd love for you all to sing it with me. Can you be a little snowman? We'll do this one a few times. It is my favorite because it is so silly. First it rhymes, and then it doesn't rhyme. Our song goes like this. I'm a little snowman, short and fat. Here is my broomstick, here is my hat. When the sun comes out, I'll melt away. Down, 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 down. Oops, I'm a puddle. The snowman melted into a puddle. The first time I heard that song, I was not expecting that to happen, but that's why it's so silly and why I like it so much. Can we sing that together one more time? Ready? I'm a little snowman, short and fat. Here is my broomstick, here is my hat. When the sun comes out, I'll melt away. Down, 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 down. Oops, I'm a puddle. Thanks for being a little snowman with me. And thank you all for being a great audience for my story. Can you look at my picture now and read the picture? Where did my story happen? In my yard? Outside my house? What kind of day was it? Cold, snowy, winter day? Who are the characters in my story? Well, it's a personal narrative, so of course, I'm a character. There's me and who's this? That's right, Sadie, my daughter Sadie. Me and Sadie. And what did we do in the story? We made a snowman. That's right. Thank you for being a great audience for my story. Now you out there all have a turn to be the author and draw your own stories with whatever you have at home. If you have paper, markers, pencils, cardboard, whatever you have at home that's okay to draw on and draw with. And grown-ups out there, I know that kids are at all different levels of being writers. Some are learning to hold those pencils and markers, make lines and marks on the paper. Some are working on shapes or adding details. Some might even be working on writing those letters. But kids at home, find a big person that can help you with wherever you're at in your story. And don't forget to ask that most important question. What story are you going to tell today? I hope you have fun telling your stories. We've come to the end of story time, so it's time for us to sing goodbye. Can you wave goodbye like this? Can you wave goodbye like this? Can you wave with both hands like this? All right, let's sing it 2 times. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you another day.